Hi everyone. I have a message of the day, a union read, and a twin flame read. Let's go ahead first and take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. Thank you all for being with me today. I had my nephew's fiance's shower to go to, which was lovely. The message of the day, I just want to show you the pictures, and we're going to roll the die, and then we're going to get right into it. So here is the, wait, that's not it. Today, all right, so this is the union read. Okay, we have the 4D, 5D, and 6D, left feminine, right masculine, the bridge between them in the center, incoming divine feminine, outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies and the closing energies for the Syrian starseed deck. And the twin flame read is here. This is the basic read for the read in front of you. Here's the 7 card clarifications for that read that's in front of you. It is a lot of energy. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. If you want something more personalized, my information's below as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. I have a CD out there also called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe if you want to check it out. And here is the message of the day. I wanted to show you just a few pictures. The bees, like I said, have been really showing themselves. And I took a short clip this morning before I left, and again when I got home, and there's a bee or two who are just flirting with me. Like, they kept crossing across my camera, and even when I put the camera down, they're like staring right at me and not going away. So I said, okay. And it's like I feel like they were getting mad at me for not seeing how wonderful they are. You know, when somebody would show off, they want you to express how wonderful they are. It was really funny, actually. So here is the bee here. Let's see if I can get that clearer. Here's the bee, and then here's 2. There's actually a bee. I think these were both bees, but then there was a dragonfly in there too. So those 2, I think those were 2 bees, but here, this is a bee, and this is a dragonfly. You know, really cool pictures. So, yep, they kept kind of mirroring each other. So that's the kind of energy that was coming up with them. And let's see what's going on here. The message of the day, I did it last night at 9 p.m. with double zeros, source energy backing up the 9, which is the Hermit. It's also the collective consciousness, the wise one, the all. The message of the day, underlying energy, was the mice. And the first card out was the anchor, and then the lilies. So petty annoyances, dirty thieves and pests, critters making messes, anchoring in spirituality, perhaps a child with direction now, or committed to rod and staff, restrictions of an institution, with masks and illusions of letters, contracts, and sealed documents, released for abundance, with confusion perhaps to unravel, regarding medical reports or visits, death, embalmment, research, or dictation, the 5D connection, and or on break, with fortunate child led by fox to or with direction to the mountain, or commitment to the mountaineer, or challenge, opening a new door of gifts and dreams, with hope and wise counsel, looking closer at the family tree of abundance and sunshine, exposing confusions to the community. Lucky home, and resting or nesting with the golden egg, clean water and polar shifts coming up, a gift of burden, a blessing in disguise, with time to cross bridges to loving man, with romantic notions of abundant family with sunny power lady and chatty, loving lady, or about two ladies meeting or coming together here. Adventure of the rider to public meet for a happy couple with the possibility of toxins, a gamble with pups and religions, and breakthrough of time to power man who crossed over to travel over the mountains to be two as one, or in that one-to-one heart connection, with power ladies secrets and codes, and the loving ladies cuts and cutting out connections that no longer serve at 10-10, which is two wheel of fortunes, two turns for the better, or perhaps a two-wheeler. So then I have the union read. Okay. And today's the 14th of August. This was done yesterday at 2:55, which is the 2 of the High Priestess, the 55 of the Ace of Swords, the 4D, 5D, 6D union. The underlying energy was guidance, the central energy, the Knight of Swords, and the closing energy was the Queen of Swords. So there could be a marriage of the Knight of Swords and Queen of Swords, which can be a young couple, like I was at a wedding shower today. The marriage of a Knight of Swords and Queen of Swords, or guidance to the Knight of Swords to send a message to the Queen of Swords. The incoming divine feminine here was the 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Hiding in the woods with their guides, or out of the sun, stressed out or suffering in silence or purging. The hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave, in exile, with the King of Wands shaman, as the sun sets behind him, or rising sun, coming out of the dark night. The 4D here is the Page of Wands, 6 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. The divine feminine with the Page of Wands, inspired with mask on fire, perhaps by the divine feminine's healing energies. The divine masculine with the Queen of Cups in the fountain or falls drinking, or Hawaii on vacation, or bridging the 6 of Cups love, inner and or outer children, or huggies, so happy to see each other again. 5D here is the 9 of Pentacles, or the Sovereign, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles, which can be siblings, the 9 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. The divine feminine Sovereign in the Garden of Eden, or E's Den, with wise bird, owl, or council. The divine masculine with the Page of Pentacles, curious about their abilities, or two young women, one that's into love and luxury, and the other younger one into their abilities and their intellect. Bridging with the Knight of Swords, sending 5D message in a bubble to new love manifesting in the 6D in the trickle-down effect. A man on a rock under a tree with mini-me, a diamond message of big love. In the 6D is the Emperor or Reason, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups, the divine feminine manifesting Santa Claus, or Chris Macklin perhaps, to help heal the Page of Wands, or a reasonable man to be a father or a good example for their kids. The divine masculine exuding with love and making a splash, perhaps the Greek Isles, which is funny because I found out today at the shower that they're planning on going to Greece for their honeymoon, but not right away, obviously later. But perhaps the Greek Isles or Crete, or just island waters with kids bridging in surrender, where land meets water and auric whales play, perhaps Disney World or Pirates of the Caribbean. At 3:38, which is the Empress and the Queen of Cups, the divine feminine with the Page of Wands, Sovereign, and the Emperor, the Idol, the Catch, and Santa or Chris, inspired by sovereignty and loving old man, or being a father to her kids. 9 to 5 was also coming up, perhaps Dolly's Pardon and Elton Shaman, or Rocket Man turned healer. The divine masculine with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Pentacles and the Holy Grail, the movie star, the imp or great student, and love to go around. The bridge with big hugs and the Knight of Swords delivery, or message of surrendering to it all. The outgoing divine masculine with the 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Synchronicities and stairway to heaven. And 2 by 2s, again 77, or divine timing, because that came up yesterday as well on the masculine side. The divine masculine working outside the divine feminine's heart in the E tower, preparing special crystal so the Queen of Swords won't pull the lever and dunk him. She in a fragile state, as all the pieces just got put back together again. Sovereign in his territory with loyal humble servant and war widow. The divine feminine with Taurus, Aries, and possibly Virgo on their side, with the King of Wands, Page of Wands, and Sovereign. The divine masculine with no major arcana on his side, with the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Between them, a big hug, and the Knight of Swords surrendering to above. The number that came out overall was the 46 of the children hugging each other, the 6 of Cups. The horizontal pillars were 3, 9, and 34, the Empress, the Hermit, and the 8 of Wands. The vertical pillars were 9, the Hermit, 5, the Hierophant, again the 9 of the Hermit, 8 of Strength, or the Dance, 1 of the Magician, and then 2 sevens together again, which is 2 Chariots, or 77 of the Sovereign. The message is coming out as the Empress and the Hermit in energetic exchange as the 6 of Cups, the inner children loving each other in a loving embrace. The Hermit and the Hierophant perhaps at 98 degrees. The Magician manifesting 77, divine timing and or sovereignty, or going to the chariot races with the 6 of Cups and happy days. The Hermit or collective at war in a dance of strength and magic, ending karma for good through sovereignty, and the inner children always loving each other. Okay, so there's a lot of people coming up in the read today. So here's the twin flame read, which was done at 444 yesterday, the angelic realms, 444. The Seer and Starseed deck was cut and dealt for today, August 14th, 2021, which is 27 today, along with the 14 of the Temperance card, which is also the higher love, along with that 27 of the Ace of Wands, which is igniting a big new flame. All right, so you have a lot of passion regarding the higher love and patience and balance, taking one step at a time. I finished clarifying it, well, first at 4:54, as I was clarifying, our seed came up, our seed, and then at 5:07, which is the Hierophant and the Chariot, I completed the clarifications. And we had the major arcana of the Shadow, which is the Devil, the Star, Reflection, which is the Hermit, and Starseed, which is the Fool. Before the read, the Chariot and the Wheel came up, and we had 2 swords, 1 wand, 2 cups, 2 pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles, which isn't a court card, but it is a person at times. It's that sovereign. And after the read, we had the Knight of Cups, the King of Swords, and the 9 of Cups. So again, we had triple 2s in this read, so a lot of one-to-one relationships here, also mediation, the divine feminine energy. And we also had double 1s, which is 11 of the Justice, 99 of a lot of compassion and endings and universal selflessness and the collective consciousness, as well as 66, which is the Queen of Pentacles. We also had the 12 of the Hanging Man, the 89 of the Phi energy, expanding and contracting and always coming back to center. Also here, the code line was all about the number 10 with 1 and 9. We also had 2122, which is the world going into the new cycle of the Fool. The 12 of the Hanging Man, the 28 of the Twin Flames, the 2 of Wands, the 29 of the 3 of Wands, being present in the moment, the 26 of the Page of Wands, the 69 of the Ace of Pentacles, and the 78 of the 10 of Pentacles, going from 1 to 10. That could be like going from 1 to 60 as well. All right, the code line was all about self-love and effort, and the messages were coming up like this. And by the way, self-love and effort were split up into, what was seen was love and ort, O-R-T. So to the nth degree, safety and security coming up with twin bridges and going left. So there may be a dead end. You might come to a dead end where you need to turn left. Acing, being wise or clearing your space. One queen, the wise one, seeking the shadow regarding 90, or self-love and effort, where music gets louder and the voice gets softer. Twin bridges, left, with one queen or sage seeking the shadow, playing a role in maintaining someone's blood pressure. Regarding the hermit, the collective consciousness, the nine, the wise one, time out for self-love and effort. Love put into words, expressed, is just a fragment or scrap, trash, or a horizontal tunnel in a mine that easily collapses. Gone inside forever, never seeing no one nice again like you. Another interpretation was coming up as to the nth degree. Again, social security or safety and security, perhaps suffering in silence too, or that can be SS Nazi stuff, or it can also be the SS Minnow coming up. But mostly here, SS2 is very significant because Indonesia came up here in my code, and I also heard it yesterday after I did this on, who had them on? Oh, I think Elizabeth, was it Elizabeth? Elizabeth April? Elizabeth April had Ann Carter, I think is her name. Let me see here where that is. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ann Tucker. So she had Ann Tucker. You can check her out on YouTube. And I'd never seen Ann before, but she was with Elizabeth April, and she was talking about what the she channels angels, and she was talking about what was coming up, and about the shifting. She said there was a major shift that was going to happen in the Indonesia area, and this came up in my header as well before I heard what she said. So Indonesia is very significant about the plates shifting, and don't be in fear about anything. Know that you're in a safe place in the present moment, and that all is well. There's definitely going to be shifts. As you know, we always have things happen around the world, whether it's earthquakes or floods or tidal waves. We have this always anyway, but there definitely will be some more shifting. And there, like I said before, we may have shores that get exposed more and flooding that happens. So that's definitely coming up. To the nth degree, the SS2, or a screenshot of 2, where God left, or the good half, acing clarity and seeking the shadow side regarding the hermit, the wise one, toggling up or taking a time out. The SS2 is also an Indonesian assault rifle, also a safety switch model SS2, which detects clogged air conditioning. SS2 also came up as Petaling Jaya, an inner suburb of Petaling Jaya, Malaysia state of Selangor. I'm probably not saying them correctly, but that's okay. But anyway, those Malaysia and Indonesia were coming up for me, so they may be maybe perhaps not safe places to be physically right now as far as the shifting's going on. We have one without eye, or the chakra system with the third eye at the top. The Sophia twin icing or bridging left in lit energy, seeking the shadow or seeing the energy of, or sought the energy of, the shadow, maintaining their blood pressure in a timeout or toggling up for self-love and making an effort. So we start out with the Two of Swords up right here, which is, for me, it's about keeping to yourself, perhaps to stay sane, maybe pretending not to know something so you don't have to deal with it, or just trying to keep your energy clear, right, and staying quiet and to yourself. Beneath that is the Seven of Swords reversed, the Chariot upright, the Wheel reversed, the Six of Pentacles upright, and the Six of Cups reversed. So coming clean or cleaning up the act. I'm going to put the light on here for this one as well. Coming clean or cleaning up the act in a bold move and a downturn to share or settle out with a negative past, a falling out, or perhaps difficult kids, knowing, floating, and numb. The Queen of Cups upright and the Knight of Cups upright, back to back, seeing synchronicities and heaven in their eyes, while the King of Wands is reversed and deceived or up before dawn to complete a cycle, to come full circle, or on neighborhood watch. Pisces upright or sealed divine feminine, Cancer both upright and reversed here with Libra reversed, and Pisces upright. The Scrooge receives the whole truth, or their crown handed to them on a silver platter from many awakened dark nights together, free to leap into energetic exchange, or the arrows of love, or a lot of communication or travel back and forth. Or Aries leaves Scorpio and or Capricorn reversed behind at 6 p.m., which is a lot of energy behind the 6 of the Lovers. That also can be love, family, and community. At 601, adding the Magician in there, is compassion, a pink rose, death of a rose, fair-weathered friends, or pure loyal pup, thinking of a dog who passed when hit by a car, walking right over the dead man on the street, or trampled by a horse and no one cared, or both Scorpio and Aries with pride or arrogance, with their noses up in the air and the armor on, and children and religious leader alarmed about this, or someone faked their death to be free, or old man dropped and that was their cue, out the back, Jack, with Scorpio or the Grim Reaper and the white horse, and the fool free with the white dog, the dark knight and flag of compassion, and the fool with the bag over their shoulder and a flower, or last rites, and they're off. It's not my religion that cares about burials and what the Joneses say, and this is what the person in the card is basically, that's the message I was getting. It's not my religion that cares about the burials and what the Joneses say. So someone's getting out of there. They don't want to have to deal with all that stuff. That was never something they believed in anyway. The worst is over. The bliss in the minnow in the storm. 3 dark nights. So I was definitely getting 3 dark nights. EA and Anne were also talking about a blackout, and I'm getting 3 dark nights here. So, and she was talking about 3 nights. So there's definitely 3 dark nights. We may lose all our power. So just make sure you have a little backup stuff, as far as food and water. Make sure you have, something to keep you secure in an emergency. But before allowed to come out after death. So 3 dark nights before allowed to come out after dealing with an ending or a death or a transformation. Propellers or swords, perfectly placed and hung back on the wall and under the bed where they belong, and sneaking out of there, coming clean, getting clean, or cleaning up the after space, mother and child did their due diligence, separated and on break, still feeling sneaky, but did nothing wrong, or feeling that way, or stealing away on their own motorboat, or somebody's boobs or implants or cow udders have been hung back up on the wall. I don't know, somebody might have a picture of themselves as well. Separation comes up here, and beneath that, unrequited love, as the King of Wands reversed, with no one to hold, at home in deception or early morning, with a narcissistic hierophant or Taurus or religious leader, or old man gone south or just gone, with the Page of Swords leaning on the truth or message of inspection, 2 apple bottoms, and lobster without pearl, or so close that they can taste it, while continuing to inspect asses, or if the slipper fits, the glass slipper fits, well, kiss my ass. And it's like the divine feminine with the glass slipper on her foot. It's been there all along. Like, we know how. Why is that news? That's kind of the energy that was coming up from this picture. At 623 is the Lovers and the King of Wands, or 2 couples who used to do everything together. Now there's only 1 man here. So maybe 2 couples who used to do everything together, but now 1 man left or 1 man passed. And so now 1 man stuck with both of the women. Perhaps an old man or Taurus is stuck with both women, and no one to do checkups on them. And I'm getting kind of like a stable kind of energy as well there. Cancer reversed and Taurus upright, and the Page of Swords excited about a mannequin with glass slippers on. And this could be someone just seeing a mannequin with the perfect shoes. Relationship change comes up with number 56, which is the 2 of Swords again, and rejected and or vulnerable, or feeling negative, or the Page of Cups reversed and then King of Swords reversed, gone, or husband with a new baby and no mother to help them raise this child. Spiritual career comes up here with number 78. And it was interesting because those energies were coming up in a show I watched later last night as well. So ending pain or painful ending or betrayal, finding peace or travel. The King of Swords is reversed with clarity but knocked off balance, unable to sleep and rising above, or numb and awake and coming out at 629, which is the Lovers and 3 of Wands being present. Perhaps coming out about a death, an ending, dark night, or transition to self-satisfaction, no longer needing to sleep with their sword at hand. The dark cello comes up here, and the unicorn with 2 horns at play, in purity of surrender at last, healing and forgiving heartbreak, perhaps of the past, or an ending of a pool room that somebody, but I was also getting a pull rude. I don't know what rude means, R-O-O-D, but it could be being rude. Or end of pool, room or rude or rod. A death chamber, now becoming a wine cellar or chalet. So someone left and they're redoing these rooms that they always hated that were there that belonged to the other person, and changing it to be more like them. And then 634 is the Lovers and the Eight of Wands again, that energetic exchange with drums and barrels of monkeys and one sword left to gift. Taurus upright, Cancer reversed, and Scorpio upright. And underlying energy here was the star, healer, and a dream come true, under the radar or no longer getting attention, or somebody's coming up as a has-been here, right? Who got lots of attention but no more. And then coming up after the read is after a sudden event, an epiphany or sex, an offer of a new life for a higher love, with the King of Pentacles implementing a plan with a sovereign or two ladies and or two kids, and the Hierophant receiving the Hermit, or the Hermit finding peace as a nun or a monk, or just in isolation or away from the powers that be, the religion, the establishment, the marriage, or Taurus, and those who expected them to bow down to them and kiss their feet at 640, which is the Lovers and the Page of Cups. The world is now complete or come full cycle, or Pisces or Virgo or sealed divine feminine, and Hermit with light down below. The recent past here is the Queen of Cups upright, keeping to herself and yet spreading the word, working creatively to align with issues at work or third party through work, with exposure or issues with kids or Leo, and the Hierophant always having parties or get-togethers, or exposure of the Hierophant and the group paying for love from unhappy family, or emotional cycle that's so over because of a lack of fulfillment here, with the King of Pentacles upright, perhaps snubbing them, or the Queen, he may be snubbing the Queen of Pentacles reversed, with sovereign and difficult kids, or a falling out in the past, with the Knight of Swords rushing in with the truth, and then turning around and offering help to someone else or to another. Or the Knight of Swords is the partner here of the Knight of Pentacles, whose family doesn't approve of their partner, a child or Leo at war with the Page of Pentacles, who may be suffering in silence or stressed out under the radar, or a star student who no longer is getting attention. The Queen of Cups is here with the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles, or was keeping quiet, but the kids talked and exposed all to the Hierophant, religious leader, or a Taurus. Perhaps Leo and Taurus here are offering time, money, and effort for love from the King of Pentacles family in a falling out from the past. And again, could be the Montagues and the Capulet situation too. Or a collection at a temple or church to help a family who usually has plenty. The Knight of Pentacles upright and the Page of Pentacles upright may be out and about handing out flyers or looking for work, and perhaps denied due to V or not V issues. And the foundation here is the Eight of Wands energetic exchange. Again, a lot of communication or travel back and forth. The arrows of love, feeling guarded and defenseless, finding peace or traveling. Scorpio and Virgo with light or advice, or dark night, death, ending or transitioning with wise counsel or hermit. No need to defend themselves at 7 p.m. with a right to be sovereign. Or Scorpio or dark night rising is defending the hermit with the light. The central energy here is the Page of Swords with a little light at the mountaintop, dissatisfied or unhappy in ego death, or Leo reversed and Taurus reversed, which is the bull and the ego, right? The stubbornness and the ego. Or Empress reversed, who may be unwell or behaving like they're in victim mentality, or this could be someone bossy and mean. The King of Cups is upright, stressed out, in a mental prison, or thinking about their own imprisonment at 704, which is the Chariot and the Emperor, or hostage of a player falling short or paralyzed by their passions, or fell off the horse or wagon, or ran out of steam and recovering from a fallout and keeping their balls up in the air, with the Knight of Swords on the run or performing their truth. The Montagues versus the Capulets, with the Page of Swords with a message, or the Knight of Pentacles, loyal, humble servant, challenged by the shadow of injustice of the high priestess, secrets and psychic abilities, grounding, integrating an offer of love in an awakening. The Page of Pentacles doing research or schooling at home, implementing a plan with Capricorn waving, or temptation and or the ball and chain. Hangry magician, unable to manifest, no longer flirting with the devil or having casual sex, conflicted by seeing them with another, or spying and weak, or no longer to be strong-armed in passionate exchange, not getting their wish and feeling sorry for themselves, frustrated and not aroused or humored in the sun, with kids, pets, Leo, or on vacation, or fully exposed and getting over a loss, regret, of the Knight of Cups offering love to the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and now crowning is the Star reversed, depression or arrogance, needing to heal, with Atlas burdening, slave labor, resistance training, or carrying too much weight, or ghosted by the King of Wands reversed, or maybe he got ghosted there, post-war to get their wish. The King of Wands reversed presented the truth to Scrooge, who was unwilling to budge, hoarding and holding on or keeping their cards or coins close to their chest. The worst now over with judgment of religious piousness, of the Ten of Pentacles family, business, or community, choking on their words or spoke too soon, living a nightmare with the evil Empress reversed or Taurus reversed, who may be living it up with the Page of Pentacles upright, who may have been forced to drink by her, drink the water or take the V, or hurting themselves by, self-mutilation, those kind of things, or being forced to drink alcohol as well, or forcing themselves to do that, right, to fit in. And also the Hermit missing their flame. Or the evil Empress reverse, because there could be more than one Empress here. One could be your typical grandmother type of energy or mother, and then there's the evil Empress here, who's reversed, so she could be out of control. Exposed the Page of Pentacles upright Virgo, who may be missing their flame or lover. Pisces upright, Aquarius reversed, Taurus reversed, Leo upright, Virgo upright, Gemini upright here. So Aquarius and Taurus are reversed here. Soon is reflection, the Hermit walking into that good night, over loss, regret of the Emperor competing with the Warrior, and both sore losers. Aries fighting or competing with Cancer, but Cancer is unwilling to fight, frustrated in the downturn, or with Libra reversed, without options, and offering love from afar to the Knight of Pentacles, the loyal, humble servant, or perhaps a Virgo here. So here we have Aquarius reversed, Gemini or Virgo reversed, Sag upright, and Libra reversed. The twin flames seeing themselves as the Ace of Pentacles upright, offering a new life or new start. This can be an offer of time, money, or effort as well. The patient angel of a higher love with injustice of having no options, or unable to implement the option they've chosen. Or Sagittarius with Libra reversed, and the Queen of Wands with the Page of Wands reversed, or frustrated and depressed, and the Queen of Swords speaking to those without tools or who are insecure, getting them to share or settle out. You deserve love, flirt, soulmate, and give your relationship a chance. All came up here for the twins. Around them or how they're seen is the Ace of Cups upright. So there's two places in this read where the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups both upright come together. So I'm going to show you the main card here is the Ace of Pentacles. The main card next to it is the Ace of Cups coming together because they would face each other. The same exact cards are right here, Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups being offered to each other, which is a good sign. I mean, it could be paying for love, but it really is more of that energy of two big love offers coming together, because the Ace of Pentacles encompasses everything in the deck. So it can be all four of the energies. So we have the Ace of Cups upright with the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups coming together here after a sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, in disconnect or at a distance, surrendering to the present moment or to gifts or to their own gifts. Scorpio reversed here, challenged by the Nine of Pentacles upright, the Sovereign, free to leap away from the journey or free from failure or attention seekers and abusers. So this could be a block for the other twin, is seeing someone who's free to do whatever they want and not be affected by negative energies around them. We have make an effort, but also self-love, but even more so about your personal growth. Perhaps a man with two lovers, or making their girls their world at 731, which is the Chariot and the Five of Wands, with Dark Priestess with the keys and open book test and very low cleavage, or Wiccan doing spell work and unsure if they can trust her, or Gemini and Pisces both upright here, or twin psychics, as a big bomb or download comes in at 0 point on the 22nd, the Fool's Journey, and a fresh new start. The Hermit missing their flame, and the High Priestess with keys for twin or Gemini, in a downturn or twist of fate, or just not time yet to make an announcement. Aries upright with Virgo upright, Leo and Pisces and Gemini upright, but Libra and Aquarius are reversed here. The Fool who's free to leap with no options, with the Lover, twin or Gemini, with the Knight of Cups offering love to the King of Swords reversed, who may be unhappy or just feeling very negative right now. He also could be a verbal abuser or a liar, but that's really not the energy I was picking up here. He could be, though. Perhaps deceiving himself in disconnect or at a distance, or without a partner in energetic exchange, or a lot of energy going back and forth. This could be a young man feeling like a child after surgery and energy exchanged, knowing and floating in that energetic exchange or arrows of love, with the Ace of Pentacles to the Ace of Cups, 1-to-1, like raising two cups to each other, the Queen of Cups and the Page of Swords, reflecting sovereign, working hard on depression in a brand new start, but unable to implement a choice, with the Knight of Cups upright, the King of Swords reversed, who may be dissatisfied with self in disconnect or at a distance, or while expanding in energetic exchange, knowing after sharing or settling out with the past or with kids. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups are knowing that they're meant to be together, seeing synchronicities, while the King of Wands reversed ignores or is tired of or getting up early to finish the cycle. The Queen of Cups is happy or celebrating in energetic exchange, with the Page of Swords or message needing to heal and dream. The challenge being the shadow work, and the Ace of Pentacles offer of a new life, with the Hermit reflecting and big love offered by sovereign catch, receiving downloads without options. The Knight of Cups upright offering love to the King of Swords reversed, who perhaps is unhappy with himself because he's in disconnect from himself, yet in energetic exchange at the same time regarding arrows of love. The Queen of Cups could be on vacation. The Page of Swords may be depressed or in Aquarius, while the Hermit and Sovereign are coming together in love and contentment in a fresh new beginning or start at 750, which is the Chariot, and the Ten of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. So let's pull a few oracle cards here and see what they have to say for the Animal Spirit deck. And it's 3806 on the clock here, which is the Queen of Cups and the Lovers. At 604 on my clock, which is the Lovers and the Emperor. It's just changed from the Empress. So the Lovers of the Empress and the Emperor, and then this was the 38 of the Queen of Cups too. All right, let's see here. Take a deep breath. I didn't roll the dice yet either. Here, let's roll the dice for you guys. Let me move my eggs out of the way. All right, we have Libra, we have Mercury, and we have number 11, which is Justice also, so that could be Libra as well. So a lot of Libra energy there, and Mercury. And Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. A lot of communication there. And then a lot of Libra, or balance, or air energy. So let's see what the Animal Spirit deck has to say about all that. This one, the Mercury, reminds me of an ET as well, like someone with a space helmet on. So that could be coming up too. I don't usually see it that way specifically. Oh, I have to show you a picture of two. There's a picture that came up when I was taking pictures of the bees and the birds. But a bird flew past the sun, but it was kind of far away. But when you zero in on it, it looks like Mr. Bill with a message in his hand. It's really funny, but it was actually a bird. So Mr. Bill's coming up too. All right, so what is the message? What's our takeaway from this read today for the Twin Flames today, August 14th, 2021? Oh, a bunch of cards just coming out. We have the Black Egg and the Cobra here, which is all about the throat chakra, the truth. And when the student, the teacher come. When the student's ready, the teacher will come and tell you the truth. And there's the Batman. That's very much masculine energy, right? The Batman in the Batcave and the Dark Knight Rising. And then there's this innocence of the deer, the doe-eyed deer, which is so funny because my nephew's daughter, who's 2 years old, was sitting next to me at the shower today, and he has such doughy eyes like that, and she does too. So it's very much that innocent energy coming up here. The bottom of the deck is the whale, right? The king of the sea. And again, we've been talking about displacing the dark energy, right, with the collective awakening. So obviously, if the collective is awakening, Gaia is awakening, and that's the energy of all the shifting that's going to happen and the different things that will happen as she settles into her awakening. Again, the dark energy being displaced from the oceans, right? So just like a whale jumping into the sea is going to displace the water, so is the light coming in. It's displacing the dark, which then has to be dealt with, right, by all of the inhabitants. So those are the energies coming up here. But the whale is there, and so is the eagle in the air. Oh, look at that. Wow. We have the eagle and the hawk coming up here along with the whale. All right, so they're feeling the effects too, right? Because all this energy is just splattering everywhere. The dark energy is getting displaced by the rainbow light. Okay, and so everyone is awakening now. Gaia and all of the collective, and trying to transmute, the people who are awakened already are on duty, major duty of transmuting all those dark energies that are flying up everywhere, included in the water and on land, but here is representing very much in the sea and in the air, okay? And again, I take pictures of my birds all the time. There's another bird that came up in a read. I don't know if it was this read. I can look back again. Yeah, it might be. It was a definition I was looking up, and it was a bird that looks like the size of a hawk or an eagle, which they specifically says is not a hawk or an eagle. But it's very beautiful when it's in flight and about to attack. I wish I had that picture open, but I'll tell you what that bird is because it may be significant here. It's a fish. Let's see. All right, so it's spelled O-R love C. So O-R-L-O-V-E-C. Or an osprey. It's a bird of prey with ornamental feathers. It's like a fish, eagle, or a hawk, but it's not an eagle or a hawk. So that's the bird's definitely coming up here. Like well, I'm just getting now, walks like a duck, talks like a duck, but is not a duck, right? It's like them, but it's not them. It's different. And the whale. So the air and the water is very significant here for clearing dark energies. You need to do some transmuting, which is what would help. And this is all about the masculine energies coming up. And although it was my nephew's daughter I was sitting next to today, she had his eyes here. And this is very much the masculine energies coming up here. But you see all this red energy? This is more magenta. And but it's also diffuse energies here. This can be red dispersing into the black, which then softens it into a pink. So again, it's like by speaking the full truth, they will transmute this red energy into a more pink color. And this card literally does that. It goes from red to pink, yellow, orange, red into pink, which is all about compassion as well. Okay, and of the Batman who's scared, there's a scared little mouse who hasn't grown into their wings yet. And this came up yesterday with the butterfly, and it came up again this morning with the butterfly. So again, it's the masculine and the feminine getting used to their wings. And again, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. But they have to be ready to hear the full truth. And it may be a humbling experience for them, right? Making them all doughy-eyed and innocent, okay? So that is coming up for that deck. And let's see what comes up for the journey of love. Journey of love. All right, Journey of Love. What is the takeaway from this twin flame read? All right, that went sliding right out. Okay, we have the communal dance. And this is you see the egg in the middle and everyone's holding hands and circling around. It's also the number 5 of expansion, freedom, and change. And the Hierophant, which is about societal norms and community and commitment. And this is also like, this reminds me of Jen McCarty, and when she does meditations, she always has everyone, you know, gathering around a site and holding hands. And it's reminding me of that because she always has something going on in the center of the meditation. And here there's a very purified egg in a holder, it seems like that, like a holding tank I'm getting. A purified egg in a holding tank. But it's like there's a full-size person inside the egg here. It's like the message in a bubble instead of a message in a bottle. It's the message in a bubble is actually perhaps an ET comes down in a bubble where you can see them, and they're not then affected by our energies, which are too low for them. The vibration's too low. So we may end up having a visitor who comes down in a bubble, like a see-through bubble, just like we would have with a person who has a disease, who can't breathe our air because it causes them illness. And that's the energy I'm getting here. Very interesting. The communal dance. It also is about hovering around the egg and the child who needs, you know, warmth to percolate a little bit more before the egg opens up. Yeah, okay. And that's the birthing of anything, not just a child. And I have another nephew whose wife is pregnant again with their 3rd child. There's a lot of birthing going on here. And then becoming is the 34 is the energetic exchange, and how beautiful this is. It's very 2-dimensional though, but it's also very beautiful. It's the becoming of the next. And then the 51 of the King of Swords, who needs to dream a little, right? To get out of this 2D energy, be more than that. This is very expressive of putting the power here in the chakra, and very feminine, to dare to dream. Allow yourself a little dream, to become that dream. And then there's 2 more that want to come out, 3 more. The Temple, which came up in the read. 59 is the 5 of Swords, the conflict, the war within. But there's a lot of turbulence in this energy, but they are coming together face to face with everybody witnessing, coming from miles around. If you build it, they will come. And here's the Statue of Liberty again, which I told you at the base of the Statue of Liberty will be the angels, where then the Pleiadian ship comes in to meet them at the top of the Statue of Liberty. That's the message I was getting. And we just have this message first about this egg coming down to visit us, with everyone holding hands around and like protecting the egg. It's very interesting. So it's definitely related to the Statue of Liberty. That message was very clear for me. I got in a meditation a couple years ago. I was guided to go there. I was doing some grid work at the time, so just transmuting the energies. We also have simplicity of the mouse and the grass here. That could be a little piglet as well. And there's the bird, all of my pictures of the birds. And the 4 of the Emperor, and in it being in your simplicity. It's very black and white. The Emperor is about being in control of your life. Well, then keep it simple if you want control of your life. And then here's the Yin Yang Lover of the 8, right? Because 4 is manifesting survival, 8's manifesting your dreams. You can keep it black and white if you want, or you can have it in living color. And this is also, remember how important your hairs are. They're part of your connection. And this is a feminine energy bending over backward within the vortex by staying in the cyclone, but being in the vortex at the same time, bending over backwards to be in both places at once, the yin-yang lover, and the emperor keeping it simple, and then making it harder for the divine feminine because she's now bending over backwards to keep the energy stable. Okay? So, very interesting energies coming up there. And then drop into your heart. So it's again reminding you the chakra is all about putting the power here, to put the power in your heart again. And 68 is the Page of Pentacles, right? Manifesting something new. A new opportunity, an invitation. You don't need an invitation to be in your heart. Heart of God, the 9 energy of the Hermit comes up here again, the portal, and going through to the 22nd, which is supposed to be significant in opening up your connection, your crown connection, the heart of God, so that you'll be really clear in your connection. So if you've been working on decalcifying your pineal gland or opening up your crown, doing more meditation than usual, because you may feel disconnected this month. It often comes up from August to September where we feel very disconnected from our abilities. But this is the underlying energy, keeping it simple, light as a feather, with the 14 of the Temperance card, the angels, and that higher love. And here I'm talking about the angels because Anne channels the angels. Keep it light as a feather in a higher love, high vibe energy, and allow, because when you fall as a feather, well, it's no biggie deal. No big deal. In the heart of God, keeping it the wise one. In endings, there needs to be a lot of compassion here. Keep it light in the falling. All right, so the fall's coming up. That's the falling. So keep it light, because there's going to be a lot of compassion needed for people who are ending things and going through dark night because they don't know why they're going through it, just like you didn't know why you were going through it when you first started awakening. So again, the first cards out were these guys here, about the community gathering around to protect the egg. Whether that's an ET egg, whether it's your actual birthing egg, or you're birthing a new project or community, it's about coming together and supporting that egg in expansion and freedom and commitment, in energetic exchange of becoming and dreaming a little with the King of Swords. So this is the Hierophant and the King of Swords. So that could be commitment or marriage, religion, or an establishment of the King of Swords that he's in an energetic exchange with here. This also can be the feminine energy with the community in exchange here. But this could also be space between with the 2D energy, right? Keeping it simple between, giving a little space here to come back to yourself, and then, give to the community, come back to yourself. Sometimes you just need a little time out there. This was the underlying energy. Yeah. It's like, this was actually the underlying energy first, the 59. But you see, they're coming together and then everybody gathers around. It's like they're in the egg as everyone starts gathering around to protect them. It's like when you build it and they will come. As the twin flames come together, they magnetize the community around them. Very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna read the communal dance that came up first. Number 5. And that says, Lover, you've been alone too long. Your community calls you to surrender your isolation for this moment in time and instead join the cosmic conga line. Excuse me. Do you know how special you are? So much so that this community would not be the same without you. Your individuality and uniqueness can only enhance this group of souls that calls you to dance with them. Men and women, human and spirit, heaven and earth, your community is vast and rich and has much to share with you. Be lifted in celebration of belonging. Recognize that you're a part of something great. Can your heart grow warm with recognition? You belong. You are meant to be a part of this great dance of love awakening on the earth. Your heart is already beating to the rhythm of the music. This oracle brings you guidance. You're being drawn into a new community that is more aligned with your innate spiritual vibration. You'll feel more at home there and be able to share your gifts and talents more freely and with greater support. Let go of relationships or situations that you have been holding on to out of fear. If they are meant to continue with you, they will remain, and if not, they will fall away, creating space for new connections to come into your life now. This is not a time to hide in what you have known, but to be open to playful connection with kindred spirits soon to be met. When I stood in front of you, I knew something was in store. I could feel the excitement of our journey ahead, for I had been that way before. Each person comes into our life with lessons we may see, and in the reflection of that other self is the person that we can be. So again, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. Okay, so just be ready to hear the truth, and coming into community with people that will resonate with you. Yeah. So that's what this is reminding me of. The whale and the birds is reminding me of different people coming together who resonate with each other. Even if some are water and some are air, they still are two sides of the same coin. They get each other, right? They're doing the same kind of thing, experiencing the same kind of energy. Okay, so make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, be good to yourselves. Breathe. Rise and be love, guys.